December 1st. And happy month of all the readathons that are happening in the month of December. So I am about to leave for work, so I don't have a lot of time to film this clip. But I just wanted to tell you what I am going to start reading today for various cozy mystery readathons that are happening. So today starts Cloak and Dagger Christmas, which is a readathon, month-long readathon dedicated to reading mysteries. And since I enjoy the cozy mystery genre, I am pretty much going to be reading all cozy mysteries. I don't think I have any like thriller, really hard-boiled mysteries in my TBR. So I am starting off today with The Inspector and Mrs. Jeffries by Emily Brightwell. I'm going to be buddy reading this with my friend Jessica from Instagram. And yeah, so we're going to read about 5 chapters a day, and I'm listening to it on audiobook. So I have already started that while I was getting ready for work today. So I'm going to listen to the last little bit of chapter 5 while I drive to work. And then once I'm done with this, I'm going to do a reread of the A Holiday by Gaslight by Mimi Matthews. This book has popped up on a lot of people's TBRs, and I read it last year and really enjoyed it. It's also Victorian set, and it is a romance. It's not a mystery, so I'm just reading this to read a holiday book. And yeah, it's a novella, so it shouldn't take much time at all. I'm actually hoping to get it done today, so we shall see. But I need to go to work, so I will talk to you later. Bye. Hello, friends. It is still December 1st. I am on my break, and I came out to my car to film an update. I finished the first 5 chapters of The Inspector and Mrs. Jeffries, and I realized that the book is not very long. It's only about 13 chapters, and both Jessica and I forgot briefly what we had said we were going to read, and we actually had said that we were going to read like 2 to 3 chapters a day for 5 days. But this morning I was thinking that we said we were going to read 5 chapters a day. So we are very ahead because she also read 5 chapters. But that's okay. I said to her, because I just messaged her a little while ago, and I said, yeah, I think we screwed up. So if you're not at 5 chapters yet, just like hold off. And then when she told me she had also read the 5 chapters, I said, well, we'll just go back to our original like 2 chapters a day after this, and we'll just finish a little bit earlier. That's fine. Because I think I'm definitely reading it via audiobook. And I think Jessica said she's kind of doing both, but she also has like a physical copy of it. So, being that audiobook goes a heck of a lot faster in some cases than physically reading, I don't want to like stress her out. But anyway, the book is really good so far. It's so funny. The inspector in the book is just like, he's a really nice guy, but he just like doesn't want to be in his job, and it's almost like he doesn't know how he got this job, and he's like not good at it at all. But Mrs. Jeffries and the staff kind of like, they solve the mysteries in a way that like the inspector doesn't realize that he's not the one coming up with these answers. So it's really funny. But in this one, a prominent doctor in London, I guess, the town, I think it's London, is poisoned. And I think that they have well, I'm not gonna say too much, but um, but yeah, he's been poisoned, and of course, at first, they all think that everybody liked this doctor and he was well respected, but come to find out, nobody liked him, and lots of people had reason to want to kill him. So, as most cozy mysteries are, the murder victim is not a nice person. So, it'll be very interesting. I have my ideas about who I think killed him, but there are, a lot of twists and turns. So we shall see if my assumption is correct by the end. So also, I started listening to A Holiday by Gaslight by Mimi Matthews. This is just a delightful hate to love Victorian romance set at Christmas time. And I'm probably about halfway through that book. So I don't know if I'll get it done today because, everybody and their brother is doing Vlogmas. And by doing these vlogs, I am going to string them together in a week at least. So I'm not posting every day. But a lot of people that I know are. So I went from having 0 things in my watch later list because I knew this was coming, and I got all of my watch later list up, watched. But I went from having 0 to 25 in the course of December 1st. So, and it's only like 4 o'clock. So it is not over yet. I am assuming that there will still be Vlogmas is coming, and some people that I haven't seen a video from them in months, and suddenly they're doing Vlogmas. So I'm like, oh no. Oh, but it'll be fun, and I'm kind of going to try to designate my, maybe an hour or so in the evenings, maybe more, depending on, what I have going on, to just watching Vlogmas videos. So, and crafting at the same time. So, so maybe tonight I will start showing you the progress on my Alice cross stitch, because that is my goal, is to get that sucker done by the end of today, or by the end of today, no, by the end of the month. So, but anyway, I'm going to go finish my break, and I will maybe talk to you tonight, maybe tomorrow. All right, bye. Hello friends, it is now Friday, the 3rd of December, so it's a good thing I'm not doing daily vlogs because I already would have failed on the second day. I did not film anything on Thursday, mainly just because I was super busy at work. I was super busy in the morning on Thursday, so I couldn't film then. And at night, my family went to trivia, and I didn't get home till 9 o'clock at night. And, I had had some drinkies, and I just didn't really feel like sitting down to film, which is kind of a shame because I was wearing a very festive shirt for Christmas already. So that was a missed opportunity, but I am sure that I will wear said shirt again for a video clip. So anyway, I wanted to, before we get into the books, I decided that I am going to turn this into a Vlogmas / Flossmas episode or project, instead of filming individual vlogs for each type of thing that I do. So I'm sorry if you're not interested in my crafty stuff, but if you are into my crafty stuff and that's what you're actually here for, we're going to talk about that real quick here. The first thing I will show you is a finished object, which is a knitting finished object, and that is a hat. And this is, I'll have to pop the the pattern in the description, but it is a free pattern on Ravelry. And it's a really easy color work pattern. And I made this for my friend Danielle for Christmas, who, as far as I know, does not watch my videos. So I feel like I'm safe to show this, but I think it turned out pretty well. I'm going to maybe, I was thinking about putting a puff on top or making a pom-pom, but we are going to actually be meeting up with another of my friends next weekend. So unless I can figure out how to make a pom-pom without a pom-pom maker real quick before next weekend, it might just go to her like this, but it's fine. The whip that I'm doing that coordinates with that is another one of the same hat, but in a smaller size for her daughter. So she had requested something like this last year. She's like, "Oh, that would be really cute if you made me and my daughter matching hats." And it's like, okay, I can do that. So the other whip that I'm working on, as you might know if you follow me on my FlossTube channel, my FlossTube videos, because it's all on the same channel, is my Alice and the Flamingos by Mrs. Pagodi Art, and I'll pop what the finished product will look like up here. And then I will also pop a picture up of where I was on November 30th, which it's just like a small little piece of it, because I think what I want to do is keep the whole picture as secrets, more or less, and just show like snippets of it before I am actually done with it, because my goal is to have this whole thing done by December 31st. I have 3 pages left in the whole thing, and that is usually way more cross-stitch than I can normally complete in a month. But I decided I'm putting away all my other whips and just focus on this. So I think hopefully I have shown you where I was on December 30th. Let me get this set up so you can't see the whole project. And this is where I am as of December 3rd. Well, December 2nd. This is what I worked on, this bit here. I worked on, actually this part, this little like taupey bit, I worked on yesterday. And then on the 1st, I worked on this, this green part. So moving along. I did not get quite as many stitches yesterday as I had wanted to, but I got quite a bit. I had done this part and this down here on November 30th. So according to my calculations before I did that part, I should have had, I should be doing 132 stitches a day for the month of December. Sorry, lost my train of thought. So because I did that, it's probably less, but I'm not really going to worry too much. I think as long as I get at least 130 or more per day, I think I'll be perfectly fine. So we'll see if I can get this done. I don't know. Okay, so now we'll get on to the books. And yesterday I finished 2 things, a short story and a novella for the reindeer readathon. And that was, the first one that I finished was a reread. It was Holiday by Gaslight by Mimi Matthews. I think I'm going to make this my tradition to reread this every year. I ended up buying it on Kindle because I couldn't find, I must have gotten it from the library last year because I couldn't find it this year, like on, or not even on the library, probably Scribd, and Scribd is probably keeping it from me because that's what it does. So I just figured I'll just buy it on Kindle so that I have it. So it was only like $3. So, and this is really good. It is a Victorian era novel or novella. It's a romance. It follows Sophie and Ned, and it is loosely based on North and South by Elizabeth Gaskell. I wouldn't say that like you can pick out things about it that are North and South, except for uh, it's it's a little bit Pride and Prejudice based. There's a lot of class issues involved in it, and um, the workings of progress and the bad things about progress and the money it takes um, to build up something, and just the prejudice that the two characters and the miscommunication that they have for each other. So anyway, that was a really bad review of that book. But anyway, it is really sweet and clean. If you don't like a lot of sexy times in your romances, which I do not, there is a little bit of kissing, but that's about it. And yeah, it's very lovely. And a good start to the holiday season for me. Lots of Christmas vibes. And then at the end of the day, I read a short story by Elizabeth Gaskell called Christmas Storms and Sunshine. And at first, this story I was a little on the fence about. There is some animal cruelty at the beginning of this, which I was kind of like, no, but it does kind of lead to something good. I hate to say that because, yeah, I mean, we could have had you could have written something else in that would not, would have probably had the same effect. But it's about two families that do not get along at all, but they're neighbors. So, typical like neighbor rivalry kind of thing. But it involves one neighbor has a pet that is like their child. The other neighbor has an actual child, and the one neighbor obviously is not very nice to the pet, and consequently that neighbor hates the other neighbor, and but then something happens and they learn to put aside they basically repent of both of their ways because the other neighbor does things that are equally harsh to the other neighbor. So it's hard to review a short story without giving everything away. But anyway, by the end of this book, I got a lot of cozy vibes from it. So a lot of Christmassy cozy vibes, and I really liked it, despite the little bit of cruelty at the beginning. I feel like, not that we have to condone that kind of behavior, and it's not like, oh, this is fine. It's just a pet. It's fine. It's not like that at all. It's shown to be a bad thing. So I feel like I can deal with it better when it's not like just brushed off, that it's not any big deal. It actually moves the story along and moves to a repentance kind of a thing. So yeah, I really enjoyed it in the end. It's hard to rate a short story too, but I gave it 4 stars because I love Elizabeth Gaskell's writing. I love kind of the trajectory of the story. It was very holiday-like. And yeah, and that's that. So those were the 2 things I finished on the 2nd. Today starts the Christie's Missing Readathon, hosted by my friends Naomi from Naomi's Bookshelf and Berna from Berna's Bookish Adventure, and another person that I have not watched her videos yet, so I'll put it below. I had never heard of her prior to this, so I'll have to go and watch a little bit of her channel and see, what she's all about. But anyway, for the start of this readathon, I am going to read Murder on the Links by Agatha Christie, and this is a Hercule Poirot, I can never say his name, novel, and I don't know anything about it. I just want to read eventually all the Poirot novels, and that was the next one on my list. So I'm going to listen to that one on audiobook today. But anyway, I have rambled on for a long time. I am going to get going. I have to go to work. I have to finish this coffee and go to work. And I probably will not see you again until Saturday. So, and I'll let you know what I've been up to then. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.